What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. Today I am playing Risk Global Domination on PC. The map is Modern Spain. My usual settings are 60-second turns, balance splits for rolls, no novice, no fog, no blizzard, expert AIs. And I'm trying to set up a game with 3 human opponents and 2 bots. So, if you guys have any issue with the current color update, what you need to do is you need to turn the colorblind option on in your settings, and you can see these pucks, and you can control the size of them with this slider, right? So any 2 colors that look similar to each other, I know some of the dark blues can tend to really blend in with each other, and the hot pink and purple as well. You can mitigate some of that for your eyes so you can clearly see what you're doing. So right now, I'm playing a game. We have in the first position Hippie Land. They look to be around a beginner, 40 hours in the game, and they've taken this piece of Valencia. So this is how the continents break down. A lot of small continents. If you end up holding Castile, though, it's worth 10, and Lucia in the bottom of the map is worth 8. I'm not going to gun for continents like I usually do. I'm going to try and maintain separate positions on this board and grow them slowly, but the update has made attacking more advantageous. A piece of this here, the bot is next to me as well. Maybe an idea to attack out of there and connect. So I don't like that roll is the problem. I'd much rather roll 6 on 2, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack from here, get my guaranteed take. I'm going to consolidate in Grenada. Not the best start, but as long as the bot doesn't... At least I'm giving the bot sort of a road out. Maybe he wants to connect with the other light green territories in northern Castile. And the other, so this is a 2 for 2, this continent here, Extremadura, right? The bot is now controlling. So it's possible you can see both of the AIs have taken their continents. I really would like this 4 troops to be somewhere else so that I can cut through and either hold these 2 islands and this piece, which is called Galicia, I think. How's that for my Spanish geography? Okay. The dark blue player rolls up in the Basque Country and loses. Do they break green? Or are they trying to take their continent in the Balearic Islands? Okay, so we have 2 Spanish opponents on the map of Spain fighting for the homeland. All right, this guy looks like there's a bit more hours in the game, not much better of a win-to-loss ratio, and the final position is a French player. 40 hours in the game. Okay, so it looks like we're probably playing beginners, maybe intermediate. Light blue breaks green's continent. Yeah, so I still would really like to hook around here and connect, if at all possible. If light blue leaves this avenue, though, that's what's going to be my next turn, as I can cut through the southern tip by Gibraltar and consolidate my forces in this position, depending on, of course, what the light green AI does. Okay, for the second turn, dark green was allowed to hold, which means they're putting an extra 3 troops, and they're probably going to concentrate their forces in their corner, which is fine by me because I'm not there, and then they will leave a single exclave to get picked off at some point. This is good. This is another reason why I don't advocate taking your opponent's continents in progressive. All you end up doing is starting a war of attrition that both of you will lose. And this is bad for the dark blue player. You can see they're already at 11 troops. So we have a clear fish developing. Now I'm very interested to see where this green AI goes. Tries to retake. No, he hooks around. Rolls a 4 on my 3 and loses. Okay, so I don't want to connect now because then I free up the light blue player's 8 troops. I'm going to take this continent, but I'm not going to guard it so well. I'm going to guard it a little bit. I'm going to leave 3 troops, maybe 2. Yeah, that's all I really want. because they can break me if they want to break me. Put the remainder up there in Galicia. So this is my corner of the map that I'm developing, but I do have a tiny bit of extra material in Andalusia. Okay, the black bot was allowed to hold, so I might lose this 3 now, and I do. Okay, now we're talking. This black bot is very aggressive, and I just ate it all. But 2 of my opponents have smaller stacks than me, so what are we going to do about this black menace? Well, the dark blue player says enough of you, and breaks their 2-for-2 continent. I'm actually happier with the board like this than I was holding this, if you can believe it, because now I have, similar to my ideal scenario, where I have my 2 stacks separated from each other, and they're still fairly large, and what I'm going to do for the remaining couple of turns is I'm going to get easy takes, get a card, make it to the next turn, and line myself up to kill the fish when it is the appropriate time to do so, usually on the 7th turn, after turn 6, where all the matches go in, right? I want to match as late as possible. I want to get not the 4, not the 6, maybe the 8, but hopefully the 10, the 12, or the 15. And then I want to match again on the next turn if at all possible. So I get the 20 or the 25, and eat a player, take their cards, and do it again. Alright, but that will not be how this game goes, because we have an extremely weak human opponent in the center. They're going to lose. I don't want to aggravate them, because when you've been hit so hard right off the bat, your inclination might just be to go suicide into the person who caused you to lose like this. Like Greenbot retakes their continent. What do? I need both of my positions to continue to exist. So I'm not going to conquer this continent, because that will incentivize either of the 2 AIs that are surrounding me to break it. I'm going to move into here. Well, I'm going to attack into here, but I think I'm going to sit in that territory. Light blue being allowed to hold the other 2-for-2 continents. The exclave in the North African coast and the Basque country. What are they called? They are called Ceuta and Melilla and Euskadi, which is Basque in Basque, for all of you who know the interesting history behind that little idiosyncrasy, that piece of Spain. Okay, so black is still up in my grill. There's nothing I can do to stop that. The dark blue player, I would say, is justifiably pissed off at green. And it looks from a normal seat that I'm not actually doing so well on this map. I think on my turn I'm going to attack into the middle. Maybe I take this continent at this point, but I don't think that's a wise decision. Okay, light blue is taking significant pieces of black, and they're moving away from me. I like that. I just wish that my big stack wasn't 1 point away from taking a continent. I think actually I might take this position instead, because I'm heavily disincentivized from finishing Galicia. Light blue is playing a much better game than me. They have 33 troops to my 19. In dark green, starting their 4th turn, has 34, and they've just slowly been able to expand out from a single position successfully. I just have a sneaking suspicion, though, that blue's not going to take that line down. Okay, first to match is the light green AI. They finish their continent again. Dark green's going to break it. They also hit me in my single, sure. This game is starting to look worse and worse for me. On my turn, I want to take this territory of black, and I'm going to center myself in it. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay in the corner. Makes more sense. I have a 10 stack out there. I'm still threatening to take Galicia, but not actually doing it, so I'm not incentivizing anybody to break me, because at this point I can't afford to lose either of my 2 positions. They are both essential to my game. Thankfully, the black AI is attacking the other way, and they now occupy most of Castile. Light blue's going to have to do something about that, and I'd always prefer my opponents fight amongst themselves than fight with me. Dark, yes, this is exactly what I expect. So dark blue is the next to match, and they're going to punch into green. Nope, they're going to be weak and fail. Okay, you've lost. Green has shown no compunction to attack you, and you matched early for no reason. You have lost. They have 3 more troops than me, but they are missing an entire match. Obviously, light green takes that. The dark blue player is probably the fish, so I'm thinking a couple turns ahead. Okay, green matches in. Everyone's matching in early. Fine by me. Don't do this. When you match, try to dedicate your match to killing a player if at all possible. On my next turn, I am going to take Galicia, but I'm not going to guard it. I'm going to put 2 of my 3 reinforcements into my 7, holding a 9 stack in the south. I'll attack with 11. I will keep it there, leaving this easily broken by black, which it will be. But that's fine. I'd rather it be broken by black immediately, which is the AI after me, than any of my human opponents, to keep their attention pointed at other people. Right? I want my human opponents to focus on not me for as long as possible, and that will enable me to survive into the last turn, rather turn 5, where I will get the latest match, hopefully. Maybe light blue matches after me, so I'll get the 12 but not the 15. That's fine. That's where I'm at, and that's what I'm going to do. So we put 2 troops in the south, we put the remainder. We finish the continent of Galicia fully expecting it to be broken. And that's fine. I'm not guarding, so I will only lose 1 troop, and I wasn't expecting to hold it, I wasn't trying to hold it. Black will break either from the island or from Castile. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. But putting 13 troops there to finish Castile is very... yeah, and they break. Okay. Exactly what I expected to happen. Light blue is surrounded. There's only one direction for that black army to punch. I don't know if they know that, but I know that. So knowing what I know about the bot is going to go in there, so he has to do something if he's trying to guard. Maybe light blue gets fucked by the bot, and they're the fish, because I'm going to be holding 5. It looks like actually that I get the 10 because the black bot didn't match in on 4, so they're holding 5 cards. Okay, dark blue is taking the islands while they have the chance. I'm not going to have quite enough bonus on my turn to kill anybody, but I will be forced to match. So I think all I do is I bolster both of my existing positions and do a whole heck of a lot of nothing like I have been, and line myself up to kill on the turn after, or the turn after that. Other school of thought would be to try and gun for the dark blue player, because now they're at what? 18 troops left? Yep. 17? 14? Starting to look better. If I put on here, tack in, what am I getting, 12 bonus? Is that worth for 2 cards? I think it is. So here's my thinking. If I kill the dark blue player on my turn, I will be holding 4, and then I'll be holding 5 after my turn ends, and as long as I don't die, which is a big if, I'll match again on turn 7 and then be able to kill someone else. That's the thinking. The big if in that equation is, do I die? So light blue is surrounded by the green player and the bot up here. This continent is going to get broken by one or the other. Green's also looking nice and weak. Maybe it's the light green. Maybe it's better for me to try and kill them. But no, I think I'm going to default to killing a human opponent because they are much more of a threat to me in the late game. Bots don't win games, right? Your opponents do, so you should probably take them out when you have the chance. And I think it's just about worth it for those 2 cards to spend 12 troops, etc., trying to kill them. He's got 14. Yeah, I think I can do it. So what's my bonus? My bonus is going to be 3. I'm going to get the... Do I get the 10? 13? 23? Hook in there? It's kind of close, but that's the way I'm going to play it. Ooh, and I have a Joker. Doesn't matter because I'm going to be holding 5 next time as well, but I'm just going to try and preserve that Joker for as long as possible. And I'm going to slow roll because I don't need, or I'm going to slow click rather, because I don't need to spoil the surprise to my opponents that I'm working really, really fast. Okay, so that worked out very well. I'm going to retreat back to my position and maintain the exact board state, almost, that I had before, but now I'm going to be holding 5 cards again. And we move into, so that was turn 6, and then we'll move into turn 7 with a guaranteed match again, even though I had a Joker, I now have 5 cards. So I'm probably going to be able to win this game that way. Green opened up a path for black, and that was a mistake because black cuts through. Green is now looking kind of rough and on the ropes. Blue's doing well because they're at least separated from themselves, and this is perfect, because they won't really be able to counterattack into me. I haven't messed with them at all, so this is good. I'm starting to feel really good about this game. I think the fish next is light green, but that will start to chain react. The only thing that can really throw a wrench into my gears is what light blue does right now. Let's see if they play in such a way that it stops me. Like maybe taking out one of my 2 halves. They get the 15s. They get the big match. You're in the driver's seat right now. What do you do? If I was you, I'd kill light green. Looks like they're thinking about it, but they're taking too long. You spend this much percentage of your turn thinking you don't know what you're doing, and you don't have time in 60-second turns to afford this. They're going to break my continent. Boo-hoo, I don't care. Too bad for me. They don't even? Okay, they do nothing. Alright, looks like I win this game easy. Black's going to get hit. Black's going to be as small of a fish as green. I take out both of the bots in sequence, match, and win this game like that. Unless light green matches in on their turn on 3. I get both AIs next turn. And that's 3 matches, and by the time I've done that, everyone else will be super, super dead. You got a match on 3? They don't. Here we go. Get ready to watch this board explode. I don't know why I'm saving my Joker. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, that felt good. How do I kill 3? What's 100% on 3 now? It's 8. I think 8 is 100% on... No, it's probably 7 is 100% on 3. Well, let's do 8 because I really would be pretty embarrassed if I didn't win this game after speaking so confidently. So, kaboom, kaboom. Wish everyone a good game now. And green has 40 troops and 4 cards. Am I set up to kill them? Match point is 30, so not quite, but I'm holding a Joker, so I'll match in next turn. And no matter what happens, I think I win this game. Do I hurt them? No. What I think I do is So I put my big bonus in the center of the board and kind of beg my opponents to come at me now, because you have to break me. Maybe they both have matches and they team up on me. I've got a guaranteed match. I got a 40 stack in the center. Who comes at me? Whoever doesn't have a match is the fish. I wasn't going to overextend at that moment, but I think I've already won the game. I just have to play smart and finish appropriately. Doesn't look like green has a match. Looks like they're trying to guard. They get a little break there. Okay. And a breaking Lucia. Okay. Sounds good to me. Green has a match. Looks like I'm getting punched. You gotta punch me, because I'm still holding enough of this board that if you don't punch me, my natural bonus is going to be enormous as well. But I do still have 2 human opponents alive that are of fairly decent strength. So I'm going to want to take one of these guys out pretty soon. It should be light blue, because light blue is holding extra cards. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spend my natural bonus, but not match in. Okay, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I hurt this guy. Kind of beg him to come at me again. Probably holding 4. But now I'm holding 5, so I'm guaranteed to match again. And dark green has already spent their match, so I'm not worried about dark green on this next turn. So that's why I picked light blue first, because they have the cards. So if they punch me, I reciprocate. And if they don't, they're dead, because, oh yeah, they'll be holding 5. I eat you for dinner. Match point might not be quite enough yet. It's close. Holding 5 cards. Does green see it? Green needs to figure out a way to kill light blue right now, or else they lose this game. It's a fun ending. I like this one a lot. 3 players still alive in the end game. I'm just trying to play super tight, because I'm not trying to lose too much in ranked anymore if I can avoid it. But these guys aren't terrible. These guys are actually playing pretty well. But I think green's given up. Give him a couple more seconds to think it through. Alright, so what do we got here? We got 14 plus 14 is 28. The remainder is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 6. I'm going to split my armies evenly between attacking both pieces of blue, assuming that my big stack in the middle hasn't been broken. And allowing it to not get broken is a double-edged sword, right? Because look, I get 31 reinforcements at the beginning of my turn. So this game is over. I'm going to put half of my armies, what I get, 71. I'll put 35 here. And I'll put the other half on my 7 stack, and I kill blue now. And then I get 5 cards, and then I kill green. And that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found some of it educational and informative and or entertaining. I'm really grateful to having surpassed 100 subscribers. What a fun surprise for me. People actually like this stuff. I'm really gratified that maybe I do have something to offer. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously making my game better, right? I think I'm just above the top 50, and I know we're not really counting Ranks is real at the moment because there's that big reset, but I'm doing all right with it. I'm having a lot of fun defeating 3 intermediates. And we rank up to 48. Well, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.